Okay, so this is something when I talk about just being you, I need to give a very, very good example of it. Now, I've done readings for many years, but what I didn't do is come out on Facebook or in other areas as really myself per se and say this is what I do. I always worked on keen and so just did it, and for the longest, none of my parents, friends, or anybody knew that I do readings, right? And so it's interesting once people find out the tarot, right? It's so funny how they get all freaked out by it and they let some cardboard decide how they want to feel about the readings. But it's always the most intelligent ones that are like, she's reading the people because they understand the spiritual gifts are a part of the person. The tarot is just the tarot. And so when you have some of the most narrow-minded people, and I was prepared for that, for people to start rumors and make it like she's this, she's that, and da 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 da, and not care. And when you have those type of people that want you to care so much about their opinion about tarot per se, it almost becomes pathetic. So there was a lot of rumors that were flying around, and like you've read it over and over again where people were trying to say Xavier was a hacker. We've been through all that and we kept it moving. So now you can understand only the most obsessed people would still be trying to prove some stuff that's just not truth. I will give one interesting story. I dated a guy, we were not compatible because he was overly churchy. Just not compatible. When I say overly churchy, it's that type of person where they read a Bible verse more black and white, right? And they almost become that fanatic. Now, that's one thing I can agree with Richard Dawkins about. That fanatical Christian where they've become a little pushy. That's the type, yeah, you can go, okay, now you're taking things a little too far. I've run into that type that did not know how much I knew about the Bible and the Word. And I had tarot, and I said, you want to see something? I pulled a spread. The tarot spread told on him. It told about the women around him and all that. It was almost comical because I said, well, this says something about a baby and this woman. And you should have seen his face was like, oh, shit. And so he picked up the cards, and the next thing I know, he's trying to, oh, you need Jesus and all that. But do y'all know that reading ended up being correct? So it's almost like you have to know somebody's intention on why they get freaked out about certain stuff. For me, I stress to people, I've had a lot of people want to partner with me and do business with me. And I have a lot of those same people, if I didn't want to do business, all of a sudden become little enemies and try to paint you away. Y'all know how that goes with business stuff. So now moving on forward, I've already been through that judgment. I had the pastor on and all that stuff. And I'm just on the path that God wants for me. So you can expect a lot of people who wanted to convince this as being some demonic, whatever. Now they're like, wow, this is nothing like that. It is absolutely the truth that is nothing like that. So you have to know the difference. That's where that discernment comes in, about who it is you're dealing with. So all these rumors that they were circulating, the more you see videos and hear me speak, the only thing you can say was, well, okay, who was lying on her? Story of my life. Take care.